What better way to spend a Saturday afternoon than this game that we have in store for you right here? Your college football Saturday continues with a great showdown here on EA Sports. It's the UCF Knights and the Wolfpack. Along with David Pollock and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to Holly Rowe with the latest on the weather.
The Wolfpack head coach told me before the game, he knows that there's a lot of excitement for this home game, but most importantly, the weather is clear. We were wondering how the forecast would shake out, and it is calm and beautiful. Should be an impactful game here with great weather, great opportunities, and a fast surface. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. The Wolfpack offense takes the field, and we'll get a look at them first. And they've got the veteran, this senior quarterback, to guide the ship. He's coming off a tough day in which he threw a couple of interceptions and only one touchdown pass. Out of the gun, the running back has it. They come out strong, stopping for no gain on the opening play.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Back to pass on second down. Firing to the right, complete. Turning it on! Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10. Wants to throw it again. They've got the screen set up. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
And that's a really good play by this defense because you want to run a screen offensively when they're blitzing. When they bring pressure, you can throw it right over the top, get it to them, get some space, but they stayed home just enough there to make the play and get the tackle for a loss.
Pulls it in. It's Torres. And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. They had the first down before that penalty backed them up, and now they'll snap it on second down. That holding call threw him in reverse. Now it's second and long. They'll send the tight end in motion. Back to pass. Bringing the heat. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have let him a little too much.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Just keeps slinging it. Fires to the right. Another incompletion on 3rd down. The Wolfpack will line up to punt it away. First one of the day is on its way, and he's been sort of scarce around here, only called on one time in that loss last week. He's got great speed. He's going to get loose. You want to talk about dynamic ability to flip a field on display right there, and it was just about a return for a touchdown. So UCF's offense, who will go to work for the first time in this one. And here's the big fella, senior tight end. They'll try to feed him today. They say the tight end's always open, and he seems to always be, and he's always making big plays.
There's a lot of great attributes about a tight end, like the size, the physicality. This guy, though, what sticks out the most is the speed. You want to play him man-to-man, put a linebacker on him, that's a problem. You put a safety on him, he's still got good enough speed and size to go win. Palmer, this guy, they put him everywhere, and he wins because of that blazing speed.
It's really crazy to think about that he might actually be their fastest. If you had everybody lined up at receiver, tight end, just running vertical routes, he might actually be the fastest. And, Dave, we've even seen him on film run away from cornerbacks as well in man coverage. Nobody can seem to catch up with this guy. A very unique skill set for a tight end.
Looking downfield, it's Barnett. Here's a heat. Fighting off the defender. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. From the right hash, and this distance makes that angle not quite so severe. Absolutely center cut. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. He found some really good running room on that one and just about got loose. As it is, good return to set up the drive. They think there's room to run to the right here. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers.
Might have a chance. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
That's reeled in. It's Riley. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
They're trying to throw the wide receiver screen to pick up that first down, but the defense just too much speed getting to the ball carrier on that one.
They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. Wide receiver comes in motion. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Got his man. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Trying to get behind the defense. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. Everything will have to be clean from 55 yards away. And that is no good. And after the miss, they're still down by a field goal. The Knights start this drive as the offense looks ready to go. So they've put up some early points and now to build on this 3-0 lead. They'll start on the ground with Duke Watson. He'll be stopped after picking up 5, and boy, did he lower those pads and keep those feet moving.
Well, Scott Frost back at head coach for UCF, and so immediately you expect them to be able to run the football. We saw in recent years guys like R.J. Harvey just get it done for the Knights, and it's going to be interesting now to see what they can do moving forward, right? This is an offense that wants to go tempo. They want to establish the running game, David, and they need some superstars to emerge.
Well, and that's why they brought in Duke Watson, right? They wanted to bring a guy in with experience that you've been there, done that. He was obviously at Louisville at a little bit different level, now expecting big things. You got to be able to run the football, want to be physical, have that ground game so you can do the tempo, you can do all the other fun things. So big shoes to fill at the running back spot.
After the completion, we see there is a man down, and the clock will stop to check on him. The Knights in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Scanning the field, it's Barnett. Unleashes one. He's got it. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, UCF! They'll try to add another to their lead. Let's see, he can block, he can catch, he can run. Yeah, let's just forget about the blocking for now. The catching, the running, the scoring is dangerous.
And they do the dirty work, but this is what they would prefer to do. These guys want to catch touchdown passes. Most of these guys were wide receivers in high school, and they show you why. They'll go up, get that football, make plays for the quarterback.
So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. They'll try it over the left side. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27. 8-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. They'll keep it on the ground. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Just think such a big part of this offense is being physical and establishing the run game. They haven't had a lot of success offensively early in this one, and that's why right there. They're not able to get this guy going yet. That's got to change as this game goes on.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. They'll have to hurry if they want to get another play off before the quarter ends. He'll throw it. The sure hands, it's Knight. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. This should be the last play of the quarter. This is a designed run. They'll make the stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. We've reached the end of the period, and it's UCF holding the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. He's looking to pass. Got it set up on the outside. He stopped a little bit short. They'll mark it at the 38. It's fourth down. The Wolfpack will have to bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Pulls it in at the 25. He only needs a sliver of daylight. There he goes. Open it up. Touchdown Knights! Special teams proving to be special. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. A dynamic, explosive return. The sliver of daylight exploding through it, just vaporizing and reappearing on the other side and housing it.
And punt returners are so quick. You can play touch football in an elevator with them and lose. You can't even get your hand on them. So quick, so elusive. Does such a great job making people miss, but still going full speed up the field to get all the way to the end zone and score the TD.
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Looking for more room.
Tell you what, defensive players don't always see where the ball is. They see the receiver and they get to chase him, but really good job seeing where the receiver is, going and making an interception, making a big play, getting the ball back to your offense.
And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you could tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much, got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
He'll grab the throw to the sideline and step out of bounds after picking up a few. A third and long here. They can pick up the first down without getting the touchdown. Dropping back, it's Barnett. Pressure coming. Chunked it away just as he was hit.
Man, they just couldn't find a hole. Down in the red zone, the field shrinks. So much harder to complete those passes, but fourth and short. Now, decision time, baby.
It is good. And now the lead is extended a little further.
You've got to make the opponent pay for turning the football over, and while this team would have liked to have scored a touchdown off that pick, I think they're pretty happy getting the field goal.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Wolfpack offense comes out ready to start this drive. They've fallen into this big hole, and they are pretty desperate for answers right now. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. Into a mass of giant bodies. We'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
Makes the grab. It's Fox. Coaches talk about running with violence, running with bad intentions. That's what that looks like as he gets it up to the 32. The Wolfpack line up, trying to forge ahead for a few inches. On third and short, the power run here. They got him on the ground. Great tackling by this D to stop him short of the first down marker. The kick is on its way. Slips through the line, and he is knocked down immediately. Brave to try the return, though the coach might have preferred a fair catch. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. The Knights peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. Here's a give to Watson. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They'll move the tight end. Right back to the well. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practiced, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Quick release by the QB. Inside the 25. Just keeps moving. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch.
And it looked like for a second, man, he was going to take that all the way. He was going to score, broke some tackles, made the play, down inside the 5. He finally gets wrapped up. Now that...
And he breaks the play. Touchdown, UCF. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, you know, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. There he goes. Got enough for the first. Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. They'll ride the hot hand. And he's in. Pounded his way in for the score. Touchdown, Wolfpack.
A nice job by this offense, putting the scoring drive together. And now, listen, it's not even halftime yet. So keep fighting, going to halftime, regroup. We found a little something on this drive. See if we can cut into this lead and continue to make this game closer and closer.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Back to throw, it's Barnett. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. The short hands, it's Charles. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the 1st down marker.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is dialed in.
Man, what a surge by this defense. I think he's going to be a little bit short of the 1st down. And now the Wolfpack will call the first of their 3 timeouts. And now everybody chiming in to figure out how to play this 4th down. The Knights will line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Let's see what he can do with it. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on him. The Wolfpack offense comes out ready to start this drive. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum.
Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Finds his man. It's Watson. The Knights going to go ahead and call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to throw, it's Barnett. He's going to let it go. Upstairs, he's got it. And he takes it all the way down to the 10-yard line. An explosive play for this offense. UCF wants to take a moment. They use their 2nd timeout. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Looking to throw on 1st down. Finds his big tight end. Touchdown, Knights! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. And he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
He'll bring it out. It's Fox. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. The Wolfpack offense comes out ready to start this drive. We'll see how aggressive they are trying to put up points before the break. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
Just got to finish the play. If you're the wide receiver, you got to look that one in and complete it. It's a bad drop.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Wide receiver going in motion. Leaves it with the back. He's out past the 35. He's stopped at the 40, but it'll be a 1st down here late in the half. Timeout taken by the offense. It's their 2nd. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. As we close in on halftime, a timeout is taken here. Just enough time for 1 final play of the half. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Grabbed over the middle, it's Fox. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, notable storylines all across the sport today. So let's roll up our sleeves and get you updated here in Week 6. We begin with Oklahoma taking on the number 16, the Texas Longhorns.
No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. Not sure they had to adjust much as they'll try to build on this lead. Hold and finds his man on the left. Breaks a tackle, and he might go. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going. Looking for a man. It's Barnett. That's caught. It's Thomas. breaks into the open. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. Tight end now in motion. Coming out on first down with the play fake. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
One of the things I love about this kid is that he goes to work. He struggled his last game out, completed less than 50% of his throws. So back to the drawing board, back to fundamentals, and you can see that paying dividends in this game. I know he just threw an incompletion, but for the...
Maybe a crease. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, UCF!
David, I mean, you can take your hands away from your eyes. At this point, this thing is just defense optional. This is atrocious. Nobody wants to tackle in this game. Nobody wants to take an angle. It's another long touchdown. Great job by the running back, but when are these defenses going to show up?
Yeah, it's frustrating. It's hard to watch, man. Just, we got to get lined up, make sure you're in the right gap. You can't jump out of your gap. You can't guess. And these defenses, they're giving up big plays, and those are the ones that will kill you because it's points right away. And a lot of points in this football game, and these coordinators, they're not real happy right now.
Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Fires it down the seam. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. Trying to pick up a first down. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Here comes the heat. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Wolfpack will line up to punt it away. No fair catches here, looking for room. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. UCF hoping to get things rolling here on offense. They're starting this drive with a massive lead, and they just want to finish strong. They'll start on the ground with Duke Watson.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Now facing a 3rd and long. To the air, it's Barnett. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. The Knights will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. The Wolfpack offense comes out ready to start this drive. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Works his way ahead for 3 out to the 14. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. Got it in the middle, it's Wiley. Stopped at the 24-yard line after the 10-yard gain.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half.
And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business. Here comes the offense onto the field again. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Got out of trouble and throws. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
And that's one on offense. You'd like to think you can complete that in your sleep, right? You practice that all week long. That should just be easy pitch and catch. They got to do a better job with their focus.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Watson. Squeezes out a couple of yards down to the 32. It'll be 3rd and long. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking for a man. It's Barnett. He's straight downfield. And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit. Trying to run, it's Watson. Can't get him to the ground. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they edge closer and closer to pay dirt. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Right back to the well. Stop behind the line, he'll lose a yard.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
He is stopped well short of the first down, but they are still in field goal range, assuming they send the kicker out there. And this kicker is turning into old reliable. He's already knocked through a couple today. Good right down the boulevard. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Power football with the run. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Find space on the right. Out to the 35-yard line and a little extra breathing room with that 15-yard pickup. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Catch in the middle. It's Fox. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
And that's a nice job by this offense. They got to find a way to continue to string good plays together. They've had a few, but they haven't put 3, 4, 5, 6 together, putting a drive like this together. Now, let's go pay this thing off and punch it in the end zone.
The Wolfpack picked up that last first down with a completion. Let's see what they do here. They march to the red zone, and here they go. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. That's the end of the quarter, and UCF has the lead. Well, guys, so far, this has been a massive beatdown, and it would appear the biggest challenge is what kind of records can they set as we have a look at the third quarter stats. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. He wants to throw it again. Pocket breaking down. Oh, the contested catch. If you're going to be big time, you got to beat defenders one-on-one.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? They'll try to pound their way in. And he's in! Touchdown, Wolfpack!
Well, it's good to finally see this offense have a little bit of success because that has not been the case in this game. Nothing has gone their way. They keep shooting themselves in the foot. You know, guys, coaches are always trying to find things to build on, and this is at least something late in this game, scoring that touchdown that hopefully helps build their confidence the next time they take the field.
tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too.
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. The Knights trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Gets the back moving. Quarterback keep. Just wanted to find a little space to run and ekes out some to get it up to the 21. Now the defense will try to rise up on 3rd and short from the 21. Looking to throw, it's Jenkins. And he can't make the connection on his first attempt. Let's see if he settles down. The Knights will punt it away on 4th down. Showing some serious leg strength on that boomer. He'll field the punt and see what he can get. He gets a block. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. The Wolfpack offense comes out ready to start this drive. When the defense got the stop, they could have used a few more of those earlier. Still a big deficit here late. He wants to start this drive with a pass. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming.
And it's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something, and they got to do it quick.
Couldn't ask for much more there. A 1st down, and they're down to the 42. No huddle offense to the line.
Really nice job by quarterback and wide receiver. This is why you do film work. This is why you throw on air all offseason. I know I get zone coverage. I know exactly where I'm breaking. I know exactly where to deliver the football. Nice throw, nice catch.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that, and as a result, they haven't allowed 200 passing yards in this game.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
At this point of the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Motion from the wideout. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's 1st down.
And we've seen him do it by land, right? They've been handing him the football, and he's been finding space, making some plays, and now he does it by air. They find him, throw him the football, proving to be a dual threat. This is a guy they like to feature in this offense because he'll continue to make big plays.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the 4th quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
Got a man. It's Wiley.
And that is exactly where the football was supposed to go. Offensive coordinators call drag routes, anticipating man coverage. Even though the ball's only traveling 2, 3, 4 yards down the field, if the receiver is able to get a rub and create some separation, and the quarterback hits him in stride, that little completion, that can turn into a 20, 30-yard gain.
The Wolfpack with a 1st and 10 here. This time he wants to throw. Looking to the end zone. Touchdown, Wolfpack! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Yeah, nice pitch, nice catch. And listen, maybe this helps next game, right? Like we're trying to find a rhythm, find something that works, find somebody to go to. And this offense is struggling. You're down by 1,000, but I like that they continue to fight.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Knights start this drive as the offense looks ready to go. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. First catch of his career, and you see why they believe this freshman tight end can contribute early. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Motion from the wide receiver. To the air, it's Jenkins. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Makes the grab on the left. Oh, did you like that stiff arm? Get a face full of that as he gets it up to the 34. It's third down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. Sends it back in motion. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on third down. A high kick. Let's see if he can pin them back deep in their own end. Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. The Wolfpack offense comes out ready to start this drive. When the defense got the stop, they could have used a few more of those earlier. Still a big deficit here late. Couldn't find a lane. A pickup of 1 to the 31. Behind the chains now on second and long.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. The pocket broke down, and the quarterback had to take the sack.
Really impressed by this pass rush, Reese. Just guys winning their individual battles one-on-one up front. They're able to get to the quarterback.
On third and long, he'll need to push it downfield. He almost had another one. They've already picked off 3 and just a hair away from number 4 there. The Wolfpack will have to bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together here.
They'll run it to keep the clock moving. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. From the 30-yard line on first down. They'll give it to him again. Got 6 yards on the play, 2nd and 4 coming.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
And the defense wrestles him to the ground. Here comes 3rd and short from the 24, and this offense does not want to send out the field goal unit. Pulls it again on the option. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
That's got to hurt if you're the offense, because you're thinking with this quarterback and his size and his athleticism, that's going to be an easy first down pickup on the option play. But how about the physicality up front by this defense, stuffing him at the line of scrimmage?